The Hallmark Classic Cavity Slider comes with everything you need to install a complete unit. The contents of the fitting pack are 2 wheel carriages, 2 mounting brackets, 1 rail end cap, 1 spanner, and 12 screws with 4 screw covers. If you're installing a cavity slider with a soft close system, the soft close wheel carriages will look slightly different. However, the process of installation is exactly the same. Before installation, check the door is the correct length and width to ensure it's the right size for the pocket. Also check that the door is straight and true. If you have a Hallmark cavity slider door, then the door will be pre-grooved at the bottom. If the door is not a Hallmark door, then you will need to cut a centre groove at the base 5mm wide and 22mm deep. Check the finish and use the best edge as the front edge. Clamp the door to ensure a stable work surface. Using the spanner supplied, loosen the locking nut on the hanging bolts to release the wheel from the mounting bracket. Note, Hallmark cavity doors have holes pre-drilled for the mounting brackets, so the following steps are relevant only if you're not using a Hallmark supplied door. Measure the thickness of the door, then mark halfway and 65mm in from the back edge of the door, which gives the center point of the rear wheel set. Repeat at the front end, marking the center 155mm from the front edge. Check you have the opening of the bracket facing the same direction at both front and back. Place the center of the bolt hole over the location mark. Spot the drill hole locations. Drill pilot holes, ensuring holes are level with the door leaf. Then, using the screws supplied, attach the brackets at both ends. Taking the carriage, loosen the hanger bracket bolt and lift up the locking nut to create a bigger gap to fit the mounting bracket and allow for adjustment when fitting the door. Insert both wheel carriages into the track. Remove the jam spreader. Check the frame is square and the slider cavity is perfectly aligned. Ensure the opening of the bracket is facing out, and the bracket that is 65mm from the edge of the door is the edge that you insert into the pocket. Place the bracket on the hanging bolt, activating the quick release mechanism. Slide the bottom of the door onto the T-guide, then slide the door into the cavity. If the door is not sliding into the cavity easily, a gentle push at the opening edge of the inside of the door will help it into the cavity pocket. Now hang the front bracket onto the front wheel carriage. The door is now on and sliding freely within the pocket. If the gap is different from bottom to top of the jam, then either the jam isn't square or the hanging bolts require adjustment. Check the jam is square. Turn the adjustment nut anti-clockwise to raise it and turn it clockwise to lower it. So to close the gap at the top, lift the back of the door and lower the front. Check again to ensure the door is square, and with the door now square and level, the floor clearance can be adjusted by turning the adjustment nut the same on both sides of the door. Confirm that the door sits flush in the pocket, that it is square and with the correct clearance for the door covering. Then the door can be locked in place by tightening the top nut in the mounting bracket. Bringing it down to finger tight before tightening using the spanner supplied on both brackets. Check the door leaf is centered within the pocket at both top and bottom of the pocket. Sideways adjustment can be made using the adjustable T-guide. A unique feature of Hallmark's T-guide is the ability to remove the guide track and adjust its horizontal position. Lift the clips to pull the guide out. It can now be adjusted sideways within the rail and reinserted at the correct position. Put the head trims in place, both back and front, securing with the screws supplied. Place the screw covers over the screw holes. Put the end cap in position. Installation is complete and ready for painting.